Welcome back to Fat to Flat and the Garage Built 1 Year Challenge with John. He's back for another weigh-in. This is number 19 weigh-in.
Yep, it'll be weigh-in number 19. This is so crazy because we started this back in like October.
Right.
And now we're already in May. And I've actually lost a lot of weight, but I've learned a lot, along the way too. So I really do appreciate the chance to do this with you. One other cool thing, as I was telling you about over dinner last night, is
It looks really good.
Man, yeah. I have no regrets. But over dinner last night, well, I was saying that we went to a petting farm, and we walked about 3 miles there, and I feel fine today. Well, in March, when I made the decision to change my conditioning to add in treadmill walking, because we are going to the Arnold Classic, we walked around there, and the first day, my wife's Fitbit said we walked 3 miles, and you understand that's not 3 miles continuous. It was walk here, stop at a booth, walk here, stop at a booth, that kind of thing. But we were wrecked at the end of that day. So this was a similar situation. We're walking at this petting farm on asphalt and on gravel, and we were fine. We walked 3 miles, and I feel fine. And so that tells me that the treadmill workouts that I'm doing, the daily treadmill walking, is improving my ability to handle that sort of stress. Okay, and now we're going to find out how my digestive system and my body fat handles, and my weight, I guess, handled Ethiopian food from last night. So let's get on there and find out. Turn this scale on and zero in and out. Okay. Okay, so on the way over here, I was telling my son that I would be happy if I was around 208, simply because I feel heavy today. That food, I feel like I'm always talking to you guys about my bowel movements, but that food has not cleared from my system. It's very, not only carb heavy, but the bread, bread is very spongy. It absorbs water, and then it doesn't move for a couple of days. So I can still feel it in my system, and I didn't want to go the route of taking something artificial like a laxative. So I'm just trying to let my system clear itself with water intake. And as you just saw, 208. So I feel pretty good about that. Now, after the break, Randy's going to give us some tips about what to do, how to plan around times when you know you're going to go do things like eat Ethiopian food. I'm John Greaves III, founder of GarageGymMagazine.com. I drew on nearly 20 years of home gym experience to bring you do-it-yourself videos to help you build your own equipment efficiently and for less. We also conduct interviews with industry experts like soft tissue specialists, nutrition experts, and world-class athletes and coaches to help you move better, look good, and perform at your best. We'll connect you with essential equipment resources, so if something in your gym is broken or needs replacing, you can get it done quickly, efficiently, and for the lowest possible cost. Finally, we recommend other YouTube channels based on the content that they provide to help you maximize your goals at home. As a home gym owner, you already own the best gym in town. Our job is to help you make the most of it.
So we're back, and you mentioned talking about how to deal with going out to Ethiopian food, for instance. I plan ahead on my, if you want to call them cheat meals or free days or whatever you want to call them. I plan ahead, so I know that, okay, we talked about this last week, so I knew, well, Saturday I'm going to be going out to eat with John and his family. It's going to be a birthday celebration. Not sure what the food is like. Haven't eaten Ethiopian. I've eaten Kenyan and some other stuff, but didn't know anything about Ethiopian food. It was good.
It's good. You need to know that.
Really good.
Yeah.
So I plan ahead. I make sure my meals up to that point are spot on, and then afterwards I make sure I'm getting enough water and I'm getting enough of my other macronutrients, getting right back in this the scheme of things.
But you said it hasn't cleared for you either.
Right. No,
it's not just me. It's just
I'm
it
up.
stays with you.
I am up as well. So I weighed a couple hours ago, and I was up a little over a pound, like a pound and a quarter or something like that. So and I went home last night, driving, going, "Whoa, I'm so full."
Yeah.
But it was so good.
Yeah. It's very heavy. I'm trying to compare it to something, but it'd be like if you ate a bunch of pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about that same feeling. If you ate a whole bunch of like, not necessarily pizza, but let's say you ate a whole bunch of lasagna or something, I think it'd be like that same kind of feeling. Yeah, you're like, I don't regret this at all, but it does have an effect on your body. And I also did some of the same thing too, because like I said, we walked for 3 miles. I try to moderate my meals the day before and the morning of. So it's only 2 pounds. Whereas if we hadn't done that, we're looking at
you're looking at some more. So.
Yeah.
So then, I just make sure I'm right back on it. The longer you're on your program, your nutrition program, I hate to call it a diet because everybody has that bad idea about a diet. But as long as you're on, you get right back on your nutrition program, your body recovers pretty quick from it. So you may hold on to that those carbs and water weight for a couple of days, but it's going to come right back off because you've trained your body to deal with it. So if you hadn't been doing it, then your body's gonna probably hold on to it for a little bit longer. So.
To me, like that consistency that you're talking about is the difference between gaining weight, which means your body added fat, typically, and holding extra weight in your stomach, which means your body's going to process that eventually. It's just taking a longer time to process that efficiently, add it to muscle tissue, and then flush whatever it doesn't need out of your system. It's just that process takes a little bit longer as opposed to making a habit of eating that way, and then your body says, well, we're going to store this as fat because this is, we're getting a steady supply of this. And so my plan is to just continue. I was actually cutting grass. I did some other things outside, so general physical activity, drinking a lot of water to clear that from my system so it doesn't just kind of hang around on me, so I'll be able to recover.
Yeah, and I like to get a lot of water in anyway, so it helps flush it too and get it moving through your system.
So the goal is to be 206 or less when I weigh in again next Sunday. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thanks, buddy.